Maybe the incredible bulk, Alison Hammond. She's doing so well on Monjaro. She's already lost 11 stone, so only another 142 to go. And then maybe they could find, I don't know, a gay, black, disabled, vegan, someone maybe lactose intolerant with a nut allergy. That would be just perfect. That's it, my darlings. Batshit Bonkers Britain.
Breaking right now, Katie Hopkins has been cancelled again in the most despicable manner. And I really think it's time that people start rising up against these types of free speech outrages. And so does Katie, by the way. She has a plan. I'll take you through it in just one moment. But first, I want to explain what's happened here. So as she first revealed earlier today, fully sold out for 4 months, cancelled with 3 days' notice, Rugby Council must allow my show to go ahead. Taxpayer-funded idiocy, PS, do come to Cardiff. And you'll see there the headline from the BBC, delighting in the fact that the Batshit Bonkers Britain event in rugby has been cancelled, despite the fact it's sold out. So how on earth does the deep state justify it this time? Well, this is what the Rugby Borough Council have had to say. The Ben Hall is primarily a family venue with many community events and activities from musical shows to antiques fairs. We want to support all our communities and their interests with safe, fun activities that everyone can enjoy. Since concerns about the Batshit Bonkers Britain tour booking were first raised with us, we have taken advice from a variety of partner organisations, including the Warwickshire Police, about the context and safety implications of this performance. We are aware of a planned protest on the evening of the performance with significant numbers of individuals and organisations indicating their intention to attend. Because we are responsible for event safety and cannot guarantee the safety of ticket holders or protesters, we have cancelled the booking. Ticket holders should contact the promoter for information on refunds. We understand the depth of feeling this matter has invoked. We will review the Ben Hall booking policy and debate it at a forthcoming meeting of the council. Well, go to hell, Rugby Council. This is not your decision. This is utterly, utterly despicable. It is anti-democratic. It proves that free speech is now at threat throughout the United Kingdom. And by the way, wasn't rugby the same place that that lovely young lady yesterday was told off about wearing the Union Jack dress, sent home, actually, from school? I mean, what is going on when it comes to true patriots? Well, in this case, Katie Hopkins is not taking it lying down. This, in the past hour, Katie has gone public saying, come on, Rugby Council leader Dan Green, come on Ben Hall, come on Warwickshire Police. Let people decide who they come to see. Want to come? Buy a ticket, sold out. Want to protest? Here's your spot. Let's get this Saturday night back on. And she has included, attached to this post, an email sent, you will see there, directly to seemingly the representative in rugby, Dan Green. If you're enjoying what we're doing here on Outspoken, please consider joining our thriving community over on Substack, www.outspoken.live. You can sign up completely for free, but Substack is so important to me. It is a free speech platform. It protects me from big tech cancellation. Plus, you get to communicate directly with me. Head on over www.outspoken.live, enter your email address, and sign up today. And she has written, Dear team, I have just spoken with Warwickshire Police and understand conversations are ongoing to allow our event to proceed. Our incident number is 1831-607-2025. I will be at the Ben Hall on Saturday. Let's make this happen. Everyone will be so delighted. There is a really great outcome to be had here and a win for everyone. I can help make this okay. Trust me, we can move forwards together. Our audience are delightful. We will all have a lovely time and the businesses in town will do really well. You are all invited to my lovely show. See you Saturday, Katie Hopkins. So to my superstar panel, Emma Dunwell and Father Calvin Robinson. Father Calvin, I think this is an absolutely brilliant twist in the story from Katie Hopkins, because we've seen over the last couple of years where she's been in tears, she's been sobbing, she's been devastated because she feels so distraught when ticket holders have their plans cancelled at the last minute for political reasons. I mean, she is absolutely a victim of deep state political persecution and has been for some time. But I think what's really clever about what Katie Hopkins is doing here today is she's saying, look, you don't have a problem with my crew. The people attending Batshit Bonkers Britain, they're not going to be violent. They're not going to be causing any trouble. So we're going to be there. We're going to be there. And you either let us in to the Ben Hall in Rugby, or we're going to be there anyway. And I think she is absolutely right to do this. Do you?
It's a very smart move. You know what? I love Katie Hopkins. I think she's one of the most resilient women in the media. She's been ostracized. She's been painted as a villain for years, yet she keeps standing up and getting back on with it. She's carved out a niche for herself in comedy, and people love her act. People go to support her. And time again, the establishment keeps trying to just put the nail back in and keep her down. And she stands back up. So bless her for that. Because, you know, how much work goes into organizing these events. For it to be cancelled 3 days before the event, it's too narrow a time. You can't do anything about it. It's too late by then, right? It's a waste of money, waste of time, waste of effort. So well done for Katie for just saying, well, we're just going to do it. Let's just do it. Let's getting the police on board and going ahead. And I hope people turn up, and I hope it's a successful event. And I hope that, you know, the hall and the council back down and let it go ahead, because it will be good fun for everyone. And she's right. It will be a win for everyone. It will be a win for the council to show that they are in favour of free speech. They're not trying to, be vindictive and cancelling her on her at the last moment. It'll be a win for the venue and the town because they'll make some money in tourism. It'll be a win for the people who turn up to see just a good night of comedy.
I mean, Emma, you do only see this on one side of the entertainment spectrum. You never see shows by Nish Kumar or Frankie Boyle or any of those other vile left-wing comics. You know, Joe Brand, do you remember, who suggested that Nigel Farage be doused with battery acid? You never see their shows being cancelled. And by the way, none of us would ever call for their shows to be cancelled. None of us would bother to protest outside a left-wing comics show, no matter how vile they are. So this is persecution, isn't it, of not just Katie Hopkins, but her audience, who are, can I just remind everyone, the vast majority of this country. But first, the number one worst fruit for your waistline. Look, are you turning healthy fruits into highly unhealthy fruits without even realizing it? Fruit can be one of the healthiest things you can put into your body. But the majority of Americans are guilty of making this single mistake that can counteract all of the health benefits of fruit. Some fruits can help with occasional constipation, reduce bloating, and even help burn calories. Others can wreak havoc on your digestive system and energy levels. Now, I came across this viral presentation from world-renowned heart surgeon Dr. Stephen Gundry that showcases the 3 fruits to stop eating today. It was shocking. I had no idea. And after finding it out, I've stopped eating these 2. I'm going to put a link for you all to watch it because I want you all to gain this information. I think it's truly important, actually. You can go watch it right now at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. That's thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. I've also linked it in the description box below this video too, or if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, you can just click on the QR code on screen or hold up your phone, to the QR code. You know how it works. Oh, and by the way, eliminating these fruits could forever change the way we help increase energy levels, decrease brain fog, support digestion, and even lose weight. So make sure to click on the link below or go to thehealthyfat.com/outspoken to find out now. Dr. Gundry has lost 70 pounds himself using his research and has kept the weight off for over 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone. His health is fantastic. He feels younger today than he did in his 40s. His video has been watched by over 20 million people to date. You can watch and learn more about it at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. Just click on the link in the description box below this video. But now, back to the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's call it what it is. This is political discrimination.
Yes,
which is becoming all too common. I mean, I think that in fact, no, all of the people that would go to Katie Hopkins show, I've been to see Katie Hopkins before. She's absolutely hilarious, right? And I can say that judging on the jokes that she says, no one's going to be bringing their children, which means that everyone going there in attendance is a consensual adult that is old enough to make their own decisions, old enough to decide who they want to go and see, who they don't want to go and see. And if someone has bought a ticket to go and see Katie Hopkins, it is not anyone else's job to tell them that they may be offended or there may be some risk here. And even if you are offended, one, comedy shows are probably not the best place for you. And two, you can be offended. That's okay. Nothing happens to you. You just go about the rest of your day being offended if you want to. But I mean, this speaks to a broader theme of it's what you're talking about. Katie Hopkins is hilarious, I mean, in my view, and I'm very happy that I'm going to see her again next week at one of our shows that has not been cancelled. Fingers crossed, touch wood. But like I said, this is a stamp down on free speech, even now verging into the comedy world, simply because that Katie Hopkins has been involved. You know, she's been on TV, she's been a public figure for years now. But going into comedy is the one place where people should be able to say anything because it's under the guise of a joke. People can have a laugh. You can laugh at, dark humor. A lot of people share the love of dark humor, but it's simply because of her public past that she's not allowed to.
I know.
And this is
And
why
what
I
does
said
she
it comes
do?
down to political discrimination.
I mean, what does she do? I mean, honestly, the depersoning of Katie Hopkins, honestly, I'm going to say it right now, is one of the biggest disgraces of the past decade. She was simply ahead of her time. That was it. And she should still be on Question Time today, but she's not. But thank God, because of this independent media revolution, she actually makes more impact. I mean, I'm pretty sure she said that her Batshit Bonkers Britain's daily clips are now more watched than anything in the mainstream media. And I'm not surprised because, well, let's look at her. Let's look at what you get from Katie Hopkins, because there'll be some people saying, well, what do you get from Katie Hopkins? I'll show you her Batshit Bonkers Britain video today, which was totally typical of what she does every day. Hilarious. Sometimes you might disagree. That's fine. Sometimes you might think she's gone too far. Sometimes you're probably nodding there thinking, yes, Katie, why is no one else saying it? Watch this.
Here in Batshit Bonkers Britain, where some idiot in the military leaked the names of the Afghans that worked with the British military when we were on deployment in Afghanistan. As such, they had to be brought over to the UK, plus their families, plus their children's, plus their cousins and their second cousins, who many of them were actually married to in the first place, at a total cost of $7 billion to the taxpayer, at the same time as we couldn't afford to help the elderly heat their homes in the winter, but we could afford to bring half of Afghanistan here because some pilot doesn't know how to use email. Okay, perfect. In other news, Kew Gardens and the brilliant Palm hothouse that's been there since 1848. Well, that whole thing is going to be ripped down. In order to make it net zero compliant, they're going to rip out the gas boilers that work perfectly well and have done since the beginning of time, put in heat pumps that don't work, and in order to do this, we'll shut the whole thing for 5 years, spend 50 million quid on it, and fell the largest plants that are in the hothouse that have been there for centuries. I mean, nothing says environmentally friendly like just chopping down plants for no reason. And finally, MasterChef. The two white guys have been binned off so they can be replaced with someone more appropriate. I mean, maybe the incredible bulk. Alison Hammond, she's doing so well on Monjaro. She's already lost 11 stone, so only another 142 to go. And then maybe they could find, I don't know, a gay, black, disabled vegan, someone maybe lactose intolerant with a nut allergy. That would be just perfect. That's it, my darlings. Batshit Bonkers Britain.
And there you go, right? Like, I mean, honestly, Father Calvin, I listened to that and I mean, what does she call Alison Hammond? The incredible bulk. I actually have a major soft spot for Alison Hammond, but that's the point. You don't have to agree with everything that Katie Hopkins says. She's hilarious. She's on the money. She uses her comedy to raise incredibly important points. But I'm sorry, there is nothing within that Batshit Bonkers Britain that should make a council or the police think that this is something we must shut down.
That was all light-hearted observational humor.
Yes.
And you know what? It's actually really difficult because I'm going to say something controversial here in that women are not naturally funny, right? There are not that many good female comedians, right? This is
Okay,
the truth.
Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers. I put to you, Joan Rivers.
Again, the exception that proves the rule in that women are not naturally funny. We don't tend to laugh with women comedians as a rule. But Katie Hopkins proved that wrong because she's hilarious. And I want to be offended. To Emma's point, I want to be offended by a comedian. I want a comedian to make me think, oh my gosh, did they just say that? You know, I want a reaction. I want to laugh at the dark humor because it's a good way to release the stresses and anxieties of modernity, to get it all out of our system. It's actually therapy. Comedy is therapy. And so what she's doing is a good thing for society. And for the council to try and silence and censor it is just another sign of the woke times, isn't it?
I mean, it really is. But I've got to let Emma come back on the women are not funny line. Did you agree, Emma? I mean,
Well,
I have to say,
I
I'm watching a lot of Joan Rivers at the moment, and I keep thinking, my God, we need more people like her, because she honestly made me laugh in a way I don't think any other woman had.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll admit, you know, there is kind of that running theme of everyone who's trying to be funny is kind of like Amy Schumer-esque, you know, which I'll admit I never found Amy Schumer funny either. But, you know, I find myself to be quite a hoot. So, you know, we might disagree on that one. But no, I mean, Katie is just an absolute force of nature. And like Father Calvin said, there is nothing in that video that she said that is particularly, you know, I don't know, rude or offensive, actually. But even if it was, like Father Calvin said, I want to be offended by comedy. Make me laugh, push the boundaries. You know, I mean, even with movie, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but one of my favorite movies is a film called White Chicks. And that is literally when two black guys dress up as white women. And, you know, but it's hilarious. Now, I should be offended by that. I'm actually naturally blonde, so I should be offended. But I'm not. It's one of my favorite movies. Comedy, that's what comedy is. If you can't handle it, don't go to the show.
I can't say
Can we
I've
just
ever
point
seen
out that Joan Rivers was the first to let us know about Big Mike?
Well, there we go. Oh, yeah, I remember that video. Yeah, well, there we go.
And then she died.
This is why people who talk and who really want to say it how it is, this is why they get shut down.
Look at what happens when you expose the Obamas. But no, look, I'm going to be fascinated to see what happens on Saturday, because in the past, Katie has sort of walked away when these cancellations have taken place. This is a very different approach. She's like, I will be there. My audience will be there. I sort of have visions of like Katie doing her show on the steps. Do you know what I mean? Seeing like just maybe gathering a bigger crowd. I think this is going to be great. I'm very fascinated to see what happens. And I think rugby and the Rugby Council, the weaklings at the Rugby Council, have maybe bitten off more than they can chew in this case.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.